Well, hello, good morning, beautiful people. That's right, it's Kung Fu Nerd back. That's right, time to do a quick little, it might not be quick. This is a kind of a little bit of a long article, but it's something I wanted to look at, something that came out about 2 days ago. Cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build Utopia in Nevada. Jeffrey Burns, tell me more. What are you going to do in Nevada, Jeffrey? We've talked about this before. We thought about this new future city that people could be building. We've talked about the expansive desert in Texas and Nevada. What could really be happening? Let's find out. We're going to read this bad boy, but not before we do. Roll the intro. Hello, hello, good morning, beautiful people. How's it going? Perry, Flo, Abdel, Luke, what is up, So we've talked about this in the past. A cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build Utopia in Nevada. Yes, it's finally happening. A future city, perhaps. That's right. The Jeffrey Burns is planning to build a community that relies on blockchain technology. That's right. A cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build a new super city. He might need your help. Let's find out. Let's read more. So an enormous plot of land in Nevada, bigger than nearby Reno, has been subject of local intrigue since a company with no history bought it for $170 million in cash this year. Oh, that's crazy. Let's go and look. Oh, let's see if you guys can see this. There we are. Man, cryptocurrency millionaire. Very exciting, very exciting. Let's see what he's going to do with this big spotted desert out in Nevada. He says he bought it for $170 million in cash. The man who owns the company is a lawyer and cryptocurrency millionaire named Jeffrey Burns. He put on a helmet and climbed into the Polaris off-road vehicle this week to give a tour of his sprawling property and dispel a bit of the mystery around what he's purchased. He imagines a sort of experimental community spreading over about 100 square miles. Miles! It's too early. I need more coffee. Where were we? Houses, schools, commercial districts, and production studios will be built. The centerpiece of this giant project will be the blockchain, a new kind of database that was produced or introduced by Bitcoin. After his driver stopped the Polaris on a high desert plateau surrounded by blooming rabbit brush and a grazing herd of wild horses, Mr. Burns, who is 56, pointed to the highlights of his dream community. "You see that first range of mountains there," he said, pointing south. "Those are the mountains of the border of our South Valley. That's where we're going to build the high-tech park, a research campus that would cover hundreds of acres. There are also plans for a college, an e-gaming arena." Here's a photo of Burns with his Polaris. It takes imagination to see what I see. A futuristic community growing out of the desert. Woo, that sounds good. A strange, even fantastical as all this might sound, it fits right into the idiosyncratic world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. This might be true. The blockchain began as a digital ledger on which all Bitcoin transactions are recorded. Some aficionados have grander plans. They think it could be a new way of taking power back from institutions they believe are calling all the shots. Just as Bitcoin made it possible to transfer money without using a bank, blockchain believers like Mr. Burns think the technology will be possible for ordinary people to control their data, their lifeblood of the digital economy, without relying on big companies or governments. There's a fuzzy line between these utopian visions and the get-rich-quick schemes. Several cryptocurrency projects have been shut down by regulators. Apparent hucksters have been arrested, and YouTubers that suck have been shunned. As a plan to transform Puerto Rico with cryptocurrencies has been criticized as nothing more than a bid to take advantage of the island's status as a tax haven. Mr. Burns was drawn to Nevada by its tax benefits, including the lack of income taxes, and its breadth of ambitions certainly raises the risk of boondoggle. But he's different from his crypto brethren in one big way. He's spending his own money. So far, he said he has spent $300 million on the land, offices, planning, and a staff of 70 people. Buying 67,000 largely undeveloped acres is a bit old-fashioned real estate risk-taking. Still, Mr. Burns said his ambition was not to be a real estate magnate or even to get rich or richer. He's promising to give away all the decision-making power of the project to 90% of the dividends, and 90% of the dividends it generates to a corporate structure that will be held by residents, employees, and future investors. We've talked about this stuff in the past, looking at the way that smart contracts and digital assets have changed the way that corporations can run. As a corporation is only a nexus of smart contracts, we're imagining machine-to-machine and corporate relationships being developed that possibly will maybe not even include people as much anymore. What's up, Gabriel? What's up, Shawnee? What's up, Mike Smith? Mr. Burns acknowledged that this is all way beyond what blockchains have already accomplished, but that has not discouraged him. So he calls this structure a distributed collaborative entity. It's supposed to operate on a blockchain where everyone has ownership rights and voting power. Sounds pretty good, man. Sounds pretty good. These future cities, they're going to be popping up real quick in the next like 10, 15 years. It's going to be a big thing. And we're going to talk about that a lot more. And this is actually something that we need to... Hey, you guys can't see me. That's so funny. Hey, there I am. Whoa! Woo! 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 So this is something we're going to talk about more, looking at smart cities, using this as kind of a foundation for some information that we'll put up probably in the future. I don't know why, he said, over the roar of the Polaris engine. Something inside me tells me this is the answer, that if we can get enough people to trust blockchain, we can begin to change all the systems we operate. Bro, you don't got to convince me. You don't got to convince me, bro. I'm there. I'm down. Mr. Burns has managed to win over local officials who are eager for the economic development. Nevada's Governor Brian Sandoval read a proclamation that named the blockchain property Innovation Park at an event last month. Mr. Burns sat on a panel with the governor and Elon Musk, the chief executive of Tesla. Very cool. This is the Truckee River that runs through Painted Rock in Story County, Nevada. Now, Tesla's Gigafactory in Nevada, which has been described as the largest building in the world, is surrounded by blockchain's land. Companies like Google, Apple, and Switch also have properties in the industrial park that is surrounded by Mr. Burns' holdings. This week, he announced a memorandum of understanding with one of the state's main power companies, NV Energy, to team up on projects that will run energy transactions through a blockchain. The Nevada county where all this is located, Story County, has only about 4,000 residents and was best known until recently for its history of silver mining and its modern brothels, including one owned by a county commissioner. The same county commissioner, Lance Gilman, bought the land surrounding the brothel and turned it into the industrial park where Tesla and Google are now located. Blockchains have already received preliminary county support for a new town along the Truckee River with thousands of homes, a school, and a drone delivery system. Wow! It's working closely with the county on a broader master plan. For now, blockchains are empty land and a repurposed office building. Mr. Burns said the company won't begin construction on the broader property until 2019 at the earliest, after putting together the master plan and getting approved by the county. The office manager from Mr. Burns' law office in Los Angeles moved with her 4 children and husband to Nevada. He has crazy ideas, but I know that every time he sets his mind to something, he will get there. Who has worked with Mr. Burns for 8 years and is now the manager of blockchain office in Nevada. That's why I decided to move. Mr. Burns spent most of his professional life on class action lawsuits, many of them against financial companies. He learned about Bitcoin in 2012 and was won over by another cryptocurrency, Ethereum, which makes it possible to store more than just transaction data on the blockchain. So, Mr. Burns bought Ether, a digital token associated with Ethereum, back on a big sale in 2015, and thanks to astronomical increase in price in Ether and some well-timed selling last year before it crashed, he became wealthy enough to fund his dream project. Here's a cool photo of it right there. That's a pretty cool little a rendering of what this blockchain-based community might look like or might become. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. There you go. That's a pretty cool photo of these very futuristic buildings in the desert. I'm excited. Seems good. Seems good. Ethereum is what he believes makes his community more than just a giant real estate project. To understand why requires more than a bit of imagination and faith. Every resident and employee will have what amounts to an Ethereum address, which they will use to vote on local measures and store personal data. Now, Mr. Burns believes Ethereum will give people a way to control their identity and online data without any governments or companies involved. That's a widely shared view in the blockchain community, but there's a significant question about whether any of it can actually work in the real world. Most blockchain companies have failed to gain any traction, and Ethereum and Bitcoin networks have struggled to handle even moderate amounts of traffic. So Mr. Burns believes that one of the big problems has been security. People have been terrible at holding private keys that are necessary to get access to their Bitcoin or Ethereum wallet. He wants to address that with a custom-built system where people's private keys are stored on multiple digital devices, kept in vaults, so that no one device can gain access to the key. He has already purchased vaults that are burrowed into mountains in Sweden and Switzerland. He plans to build additional vaults in the mountains of Nevada. The other things holding back Ethereum, Mr. Burns believes, has been a lack of real-world laboratories. His Nevada land, he hopes, will change that. This will either be the biggest thing ever or the most spectacular crash and burn in the history of mankind. Mr. Burns said, "I don't know which one, and I believe it's the former, but either way, it's going to be one hell of a ride." I agree, Mr. Burns. I can't wait to see what you do, sir. I think that this is the beginning of something big, and looking at introducing new smart cities powered by blockchain technology, I think that's what a lot of people have been speculating about. Hello, hello. How's it going, M-Ant? What are you doing? I'm up early, reading and doing an article. We're just doing a read-through. Just read this article. We're going to use it later for something. Talking about smart cities built on blockchain, looking at innovation, looking at people taking big steps into building infrastructure for these systems. A lot to think about, a lot to talk about, a lot of good stuff going on. So we just read through this whole article, and it seems pretty poppin'. Cryptocurrency Millionaire wants to build a utopia in Nevada. That's the read-through. That's the read-through. What's up with you guys? Hey, we got a couple people in the stream that joined us. Yo, the legend, the man himself. Welcome back. That's right. It's Kung Fu back for more. We got to stay ahead of the FUD. Chopping the FUD. Hiya. Staying ahead of the FOMO. Rah. Rah. What is up, Sean E, Mike Smith, Luke K, Perry Flo, Abadel. What up, Crypto Brit, M Ant. What is up? So this article by Nathaniel Popper that came out talking about cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build utopia in Nevada. I know you can't really tell how big this is, but think about this for a second. Think about this. How much we pay to our governments and these, this government structure that's supposed to build out this infrastructure. There's a very big disconnect, right, between what we pay and what we get and what we receive. So looking at maybe eradicating that gap, eradicating the distance between what you pay for and what you receive as a citizen of a specific nation, state, or city. Looking at making a transparent layer for each citizen to vote. We've talked about this, thinking about government in the future. There probably will be a government app, like Government 101, Government 1.1 app, where you vote and you put your money what you want and you support these systems. And that's pretty big. I think that's exciting to look at. So doing a quick read through, talking about smart cities, talking about introducing smart cities, and can you get them up and running successfully? Will they work? Will they crash and burn in the desert? This is very exciting, honestly. It's kind of like Burning Man meets Jetsons meets I want to be into crypto blockchain world all smashed together. There's also thinking about EOS in Puerto Rico. Interesting things happening out there with smart cities. We have an expose. We have a big thing happening talking about smart cities and what they could be and how they could change humanity forever. So we have a massive giveaway coming up. Smash that like button, smash subscribe button. Don't forget, smash like right now in this video. And tell me what you guys think about this cryptocurrency millionaire wanting to build Utopia in Nevada. Do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's going to fall? Tell me what you think. Could we see a price pump with XRP if Bitcoin ETFs get approved? Yes, Benjamin asks, can we see XRP price move if Bitcoin ETFs are approved? Yes and yes. If Bitcoin price moves, believe you me, it'll take XRP with it. If Bitcoin goes to its all-time high again, I think XRP is consolidated enough to where it would actually surpass its all-time high just from Bitcoin running up. Tell me more. Tell me more. Thanks, Benjamin L. Good question. What's up, Crypto Brit? Good stuff. All right, well, This is the end of the short read for this article. Cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build Utopia in Nevada. We're going to end this and we're going to come back maybe in a few minutes or right away. I don't know. But this is a good little read through. What do you guys think? Tell me more. Drop a like, drop subscribe. Tell me in the comments if you're interested in living in a smart city in the middle of the desert. Would you go? Would you go? Would you live there? I think I would. I think I'd live there. I'd be like, yeah, bro, you need a YouTuber? You need a YouTuber? Imagine a world where every government decision is made with population tokens, where you can check every government move and kick bad players. It's a world that I'm not only imagining, I'm counting on. I'm believing this is possible. I think smart cities are the real deal. Big billionaires looking at building out successful smart cities like this is going to be really cool. Imagine not only imagine the transparency and the government decision-making transparency. Imagine a smart city that's so profitable that you make money living there. Think about this. Think about a smart civilization that pays its citizens, because that's how it works. Instead of us being taken advantage of and our data being sold to corporations without us receiving monetary gain, a future smart city could actually pay its citizens just to live. And if you want to know more about that, you got to listen to the smart guys that know how to think and know how to read stuff and then think. Also, the thinking part. Yeah, it's me, Kung Fu Nerd, saying ha ha ha. That's right. Smash the channel, smash subscribe, smash like. We'll be back in just a few minutes. I love you. You're beautiful and amazing. Tell me what you think about this super city. And I'll see you next time.
Brought to you by